Here are the crypto top headlines covered in this video. CBOE gives official launch date for spot Ethereum ETF. Next, will UK Labour government follow Germany's example and liquidate 61,245 BTC? Also, Solana ETFs could skip CME futures requirement, asserts SEC's Peirce. Welcome to Crypto Top Headlines, where there's no clickbait thumbnails or titles, and no speeches on my opinions, just bringing crypto's news to you. I would greatly appreciate it if you would click on the like and subscribe buttons as well as the notification bell. It does help support the channel, so thank you in advance for doing so. Now, on to these headlines. Our first top headline, CBOE gives official launch date for spot Ethereum ETF. The Chicago Board Options Exchange has confirmed that the Franklin Ethereum ETF, or EZET, will begin trading on July 23rd. The Franklin Templeton Ethereum Exchange Traded Fund will begin trading on the Chicago Board Options Exchange on July 23rd, pending regulatory effectiveness, CBOE announced on July 19th. On May 23rd, the United States Securities and Exchange Commission approved rule changes permitting the listing of several spot Ether ETFs. However, before the new products could begin trading, the regulator still had to sign off on each fund issuer's respective S-1 registration statements. In an effort to gain an early market advantage, virtually all of the ETH ETF issuers have announced plans to temporarily waive or discount fees to compete for market share once the products begin trading. Industry analysts have told Cointelegraph that Ether ETFs could attract billions in net inflows in the months following the launch. Ethereum supply crunch coming? Increased demand from institutions looking to fill their exchange-traded funds with Ether could spark a supply crunch. The Ethereum Exchange Reserve, a metric tracking the amount of Ether available for purchase on cryptocurrency exchanges, is at multi-year lows. A recent Kaiko report also touched on Ether's 1% market depth and suggested that lower liquidity could spark increased price volatility, sending the price of Ether higher in the face of increased demand and potentially outperforming Bitcoin in percentage terms. Institutional analyst Tom Dunleavy believes inflows into Ethereum ETFs could hit $10 billion this year and see as much as $1 billion in capital flows per month. In a recent statement, the asset manager told Cointelegraph, "I expect a very positive price impact, sending us to new all-time highs by early Q4. Chief Investment Officer of Bitwise, Matt Hogan, shared similar sentiment, explaining that Ethereum stakers were not as intent on selling their assets the same way Bitcoin holders were. The Bitwise executive claimed that 28% of Ether's supply was already sequestered and cited increased withdrawals from exchanges to colder forms of storage as another sign that Ether holders expect future price appreciation." Let me pause here for a moment. If you're getting value out of this video, please click on the like and subscribe buttons as well as the notification bell. Our next top headline, will UK Labour government follow Germany's example and liquidate 61,245 BTC? After 14 years, Labour is in control of the UK government. Chancellor of the Exchequer Rachel Reeves may have discretion to use the country's Bitcoin holdings for the party's goals. The transition from a government in the United Kingdom run by the Conservative Party to one under Labour has some asking what Prime Minister Keir Starmer may do with the country's Bitcoin holdings. According to data from crypto intelligence platform Arkham, the UK government held roughly 61,245 Bitcoin as of July 19th, worth more than $4 billion. The recently appointed UK Chancellor of the Exchequer, Rachel Reeves, likely has the discretion to allocate the funds, most of which had been seized as part of a money laundering case against hospitality worker Jian Wen. Though there may be some bureaucratic hurdles to overcome, Reeves may have the option of liquidating the Bitcoin holdings as part of the Labor government's plans to promote economic stability and growth. A policy statement read by King Charles III on July 17th suggested Labor would prioritize building affordable housing and improving the nation's rail system. Prime Minister Starmer has largely been silent on crypto as a Labor policy objective, but his government introduced 40 bills on July 17th as part of the King's speech. As Shadow City Minister and Shadow Economic Secretary before the July 4th election, Tulip Siddiq suggested that she intended to crack down on crypto regulations. With more than 61,000 BTC, the UK has one of the biggest stockpiles of Bitcoin among world governments, second only to the United States. The German government liquidated its 49,858 BTC holdings over several transactions in June and July, netting it roughly $2.8 billion. It's unclear what Germany intends to do with the funds. The timing of bullish and bearish events in the crypto space could impact when Reeves considers selling, if at all. Analysts have suggested that the lead-up to the U.S. presidential election could favor crypto markets, but payouts from BTC holdings previously frozen at Mt. Gox could similarly cause Bitcoin's price to fall. Our next top headline: Solana ETFs could skip CME futures requirement, asserts SEC's Peirce. Hester Peirce, a commissioner at the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, has suggested the potential approval of Solana exchange-traded funds without the necessity of existing CME futures markets. This requirement has historically influenced previous crypto ETF approvals. Peirce's remarks came during an interview with Coinage on Wednesday, shedding light on potential shifts in regulatory stance towards digital asset investment products. When asked about the idea that cryptocurrencies, particularly Solana, might not require existing CME futures for ETF approval, she underscored the need to meticulously apply established regulatory frameworks and precedents, stressing the critical importance of evaluating each case based on its unique merits. We need to consider past precedents with ETPs, exchange-traded products, and demonstrate how they can meet approval criteria under our existing laws and regulations. It's a case-by-case evaluation, Peirce emphasized, encouraging stakeholders to draw insights from previous ETF approvals across diverse asset classes. Notably, this stance implies that Solana's ETF proposals might not encounter the extensive bureaucratic hurdles seen with Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs, marking a potential departure from stringent requirements in previous approvals. The Commissioner further acknowledged the complexities surrounding cryptocurrency ETF approvals, urging the SEC to apply existing laws to market products rather than attempting to reinvent the wheel. Peirce's remarks coincide with heightened interest in the approval of a sole ETF within the crypto community. Recently, two firms, Van Eck and Swiss firm 21 Shares, filed applications for Solana ETFs, highlighting increasing institutional interest in the fifth largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization. Notably, while many anticipate an imminent approval, the crypto market is currently fixated on the upcoming U.S. elections, which are expected to introduce uncertainty. In a recent post, Eric Balchanis, senior ETF analyst at Bloomberg, underscored the potential impact of the upcoming U.S. presidential election on the approval timeline for Solana ETFs. The likelihood of a Solana ETF being approved in the next 12 months is closely tied to the likelihood of a change in POTUS, and it's safe to say that both prospects are higher today than they were yesterday, although we're not providing specific numbers yet. It's still too early for that, he commented. Additionally, speculation within the community suggests that the election's outcome, particularly regarding regulatory leadership at the SEC under Gary Gensler, could influence the approval process. That said, as discussions around Solana ETFs continue to evolve, investors are increasingly optimistic about the potential impact of such a product on Sol's price. In a recent report, GSR Markets, one of the leading market makers in the crypto sector, projected an expected appreciation of almost 9 times Sol's price upon approval. So this concludes Crypto Top Headlines. If you haven't already done so, don't forget to click on the like and subscribe buttons as well as the notification bell. Also, leave your thoughts in the comments and share this video with your friends and family. Thank you all for watching Crypto Top Headlines, bringing crypto's news to you.